This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Hello, and welcome to the Diecast podcast. I am your DM, Johnny, and we are a live play 5th edition's Dungeons & Dragon podcast, currently running through Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Last episode, we met everybody, had an adventure in the Yawning Portal, and had a little bit of a scrum in a Xanthar warehouse with some Xanathar's guild involved. The group is coming together. They're starting to build some chemistry, and they're also trying to figure out what's going on with the organized crime syndicates in Waterdeep. What is going on with Floon? What is happening on the streets of Waterdeep that all this blood is flowing through the gutters? We are going to find out. And as a reminder, you can also find us on Twitter at Diecast Podcast. You can find us on any app that plays a podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and on our own website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com. Please follow, please subscribe, please leave a rating review. It helps us out so much, and helps us make a better podcast for everybody. Now, before we get into this, I just want to give a point out or a quick notification. I like to try new things every season. I like to try something different, try to make sure that I'm always doing something new to keep my brain, keep my hands busy. So I'm trying a whole bunch of new voices this year. I'm going to drop a lot of them, going to change a lot of them. So just bear with me as I try to figure out what's going to work and what's not. That's my own self-consciousness sticking in. But I like doing funny voices, and it makes everyone else laugh as well. So funny voices or different voices along the way. Let's just jump right into it. And I will see you at the break. Welcome to the Diecast Podcast, Season 5, Dragon Heist, as we go through our first level adventure with a new group of adventurers, as we go through the lovely City of Splendor, the City of Wonder, Waterdeep. We are back again for episode 2, and to my left is Miles playing Mr. Waywocket.
Well, Wiggins Waywocket, Umpen Crempernap Sprocket, if you will.
And across from me on the table is Stephanie. She is playing the highbrow drow.
Yes.
A Malakal.
I was like, is that it? Am I supposed to say something now? That's it? I can't follow up with Waywocket. Like, you've got it down too good.
Yeah, I got a lot of names. I
So
rolled
intimidating.
like 7 times on that chart.
And to my right is the Asmar with, I can't rhyme with Asmar with anything that makes it polite and civil.
What? Oh, like what? Like amazing ASMR?
Yeah, amazing Asmar. That's good.
ASMR, yeah. ASMR
Just
of the
need something
year.
with a rhyming scheme
It's gotta
to
be
it.
something we can do with ass.
Oh,
We'll come up with
There's
it.
a lot.
Yeah.
He puts the class in classum. No, that's his word.
Ooh,
But Yozev, and you've all come together. You had a meeting at the Yawning Portal to figure out what to do in this flush market of adventurers in Waterdeep, trying to find a job, trying to find a place, trying to find some purpose in this wonderful world that
Trying
we
to
call.
survive.
Trying to survive.
Yeah, mostly trying to survive.
Yeah, we definitely almost died a few times. It was a close call.
And you, while you watched a bar fight happen, a troll came out of the Yawning Portal and erupted into a fight, to which you 3 jumped up and heroically intervened. You stole some liquor and used it as a Molotov cocktail, which Durnan, the Yawning Portal owner, was not too happy about, because it was an expensive bottle of booze. But you did successfully defeat the troll and the Sturges, and you met Volo, the famed author of The Sword Coast, who wrote Volo's Guides to Monsters and is working on his new book, The Guide to Spirits Inspectors. Sure. And you discovered he did not do so well with his previous book, where he was working on Shult. In fact, it never got released. But his drinking buddy, Floon, has gone missing, and he saw how well you handled the troll and the fight, and wondered if you could possibly find his friend for him, offering to pay you 10 gold pieces up front and 100 gold pieces later on. So you tracked him down to the Dockwards district. You encountered a shop, Zoblob's shop of antiquities. You met a purple little gnome in a purple little store with purple little trinkets, and exchanged some information, asked him what was going on. You found out that he saw some well-dressed people walking by, and they got jumped right in front of his store and dragged off to an alley. You tracked him down to a warehouse that was cleverly hidden by some shadows, and discovered that some Kenku had murdered some people inside the warehouse. And as you used your unseen servant to sneak up and cause distractions, you ambushed the Kenku, the crow people, into a pretty epic fight. One of the Kenku who mocked Waywocket, mimicking him as he went out the window.
So annoying.
Just as you found one of the people who got kidnapped, a Raynar Neverember, who is the son of Lord Neverember, and not Floon, but still a handsome-looking guy. He tried to help out, covered in pickle juice, and he pulled out a dagger, slipped, dagger dropped into his leg. And as the last Kenku left, the door bust open as the city watch came pouring in.
Actually, first we found a secret door full of riches, and then they opened the door.
Right, stolen art.
It's like so much information that I definitely didn't entirely retain. It's almost like we played for a very long time, and I'm not used to this.
We also suffered many injuries.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
okay to
it's
be
true.
in out of
And
it.
the most important detail was I bought a beholder plush.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It's a cute story.
Definitely the most important thing that happened.
It's very true.
It's the only thing I remembered.
No, I mean, I'm partially convinced that Xanathar is probably watching me through this plush, but that's my character doesn't know that.
Oh yeah. Also the
Table talk.
the massive war that's happening between the guild or the knife Xanathar's guild and the Zentrim as it spilled out on the streets.
All
And
those bodies in the street.
yeah, you actually, I do believe you encountered a murder scene that you walked by where it looked like some Zentrim had been killed. In fact, the bodies on the floor have snake tattoos with wings on them.
Which is the sign of the Zentarine.
So you see the captain come running in with his guard, and he's like, "What's going on here? What's all this? We had an anonymous tip there was fighting in this warehouse."
Captain, great news! We're so happy to see you.
Captain, it's us, the survivors. We killed everyone else.
You killed people?
Yes, many.
Not, hey, my friend over here is over-exaggerating our murderous ways. These
Murderous ways?
No, the Kenku.
Self-defense.
Are bird people really people?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
I feel like we've gotten off on the wrong foot here, Captain.
You literally used the word people in there in describing them.
That is true. We did do that. Well, good news, Captain. So, I'm sure you've heard of the very famous author Volo.
Yes.
Well, we are his most recent charges, and we are looking for his very handsome friend Floon.
Do you need any help?
No, I don't have the flu.
No. I'm asking, do you need any help? Because it looks like you need some help picking up that name you just dropped.
Oh, I like you, sir.
Don't strain yourself.
So Waywocket is like a 3'2" little, like, basically it looks like a child I'm talking to, like a very tall man.
Yeah. And Captain Staggett sounds about like 6'5" and like wearing like mail, like very more official looking armor to like display that he's the captain of the watch than practical armor. But he's got like the big blue feather and kind of like the poofy pants and like a half breastplate.
Poofy pants.
Waterhavian standard poofy pants.
Ooh. Well, now I want to change careers.
Well, our brief investigation brought us to this very warehouse where, as you may see, a person we rescued right here, Mr. Reynard Neverember, was with our good friend Floon.
You see Captain Staggett's face just kind of drop a little bit, and he's like, "Reynard, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, hello, Captain. Yes, I am here." And he just kind of steps out from the shadows, covered in pickle juice, knife wound in the leg. He's like, "You look terrible, Reynard." He's like, I know. It's been a day." He's like, "Well," you see the captain take off his hat and hold it for him. He's like, "Well, if you're with Reynard Neverember, then obviously you've had official business inside this warehouse." And you see Reynard's like, it's okay. Just let's give them a minute to collect their thoughts and we'll give you a statement later on." He's like, "Very well, I'll be waiting outside." And you see him click his heels together, and the rest of the guard turns and begins to set up a perimeter outside the warehouse.
Friends, I'm confused. So we can kill people if it's official?
I mean, I think it's always lightly frowned upon at the very least.
Yeah, I think there's a certain, if they attack you first, although they did not attack us first in this case, but we were trying to save a person, so maybe it comes out in the wash. What do we know about the laws here?
Actually, because Waywocket's not a native Waterdeep.
No, I'm not from here, no.
The only one would be, I'm going to hand you something known as the Code Legal, which goes to Amalika.
Oh, no.
You were keeping that in your bag the whole time.
I sure was. Look at this thing. Whoa, crimes against the gods.
Oh, geez. Well, I haven't committed any of those.
I don't believe the gods are real, having all succumbed to sort of a universal virus that is infecting all of us.
Okay, well, I mean, there's like,
Very dark, kid.
yeah. That's not great. I just kind of like glazed over that, but, there are quite a few laws in here. Although you can get them all on one sheet, so that's like not that many.
It's a pretty small criminal code, frankly.
Does it say anything about making money for killing people?
It does say that a lot of the punishments for these things are death.
Ugh. It was kind of the opposite way I'd hoped it would go.
Or we have to pay them money.
Ugh.
Welcome to the legal system of Waterdeep.
Vexing.
Yeah. Lots of death, exile, flogging.
I think it's pretty fair that we were on business to rescue Raynar here. Raynar, you can get us off, right?
Oh, yeah, I've already got you off as far as I'm concerned. You've saved me, and now I've saved you. In fact, I feel like I'm indebted to you all.
Oh, how in debt?
Well, if you need a favor or you need to hook up with one of the higher nobles in Waterdeep, then I'm your man.
Oh, well, that's great. It's always good to have friends in high places.
Yes.
Especially for us little folk.
And what place is that exactly that you're in?
Well, my father was one of the former Open Lord of Waterdeep, where in the politics side, that's like being like the president of the city type of thing.
Right. Okay.
I'm sure we'll have no problems finding you. You can stay in one of those nice hotels?
Yes. Well, I have a residence in the High District, so.
Oh, very swank.
Yes, but it's I do have to say that the person you're looking for, they took away to somewhere else. So they dragged him off as the assault happened.
Can you tell us where?
I don't know. I ran for the pickle barrel.
Any reason you think they might find him? I forget if we answered this last question.
Well, I believe I think it was a case of mistaken identity. I think they thought that he was I.
Oh my. Why do they want you then?
As I said last week, he's says, well, the Zentrim, the Knife, and the Xanathar's Guild are in a current bloodbath of a war because of this Stone of Golor that they think I somehow know the location of, but
right, yes,
I don't.
Yes, the fortune that your father gathered. Right.
We were hit on the head a lot.
shot in the a couple times.
I've actually been untouched. I've been hiding or like avoiding hits.
Okay, I speak for everybody but you.
Yeah, exactly. I summoned a box to hide in, then hid in other rooms.
That box.
Yeah.
As Raynar reminds you, the Zentrim believe that his father embezzled hundreds of thousands of gold or dragons, or possibly in the millions from Waterdeep, and that the Stone of Golor, which was in possession of the Xanathar's Guild, possibly went missing, and that the knife was used as a kind of like a broker, like a mediator, and then something happened at that meeting and everything went kablooey, and now all three factions are at war with each other.
Now, what's the policy on taking things from the Zentrim? Generally, probably they don't like it, right?
This magic stone specifically.
No, I'm more thinking about the gold in this room.
You see Raynar kind of like look over at Captain Staggett, who's barking out orders to everybody. He says, look, I get the adventurer's life. I know a couple myself. If they don't find you with it, you're more than glad to take it. But remember, you are technically stealing. I'm not going to fink you out. but just don't get your hands cut in the cookie jar, as it were.
You know, I've never. Prison's not the life for me. So let's maybe give us statements and see if we can track down any more leads on Floon over here.
I don't think that we should steal, but I do think we should take that stuff.
I mean, you want all the money that you can find. I mean, and how culpable are the rest of us if he carries it specifically?
My duty is this church, and everything around me is not long for this world. So I'm going to take the money because it's mine, because we all killed people to get it.
You can't argue that logic.
I mean, you might be able to argue with some of that logic. All right, well, listen. While you go over there, I'm just going. So are the people like at all watching? Like, are the guards looking at us at all?
So what you see? Give me a perception check.
Right.
Anyone who wants to get involved in a perception check can do so as well.
I rolled a 12.
20 for me.
20 for you. Yozev, you see that right now the City Watch seems to be setting up a perimeter outside the warehouse, and it looks like they're going to be slowly working their way inside, but for the moment, it's just making sure that the outside is secure and sealed off and that no one's getting in and out.
All right.
I propose I cause a distraction with my charm and natural beauty, while you guys take the stuff we got for killing these birds.
Or I could just make a little illusion to make it look like there's no wall there, and you can go get it and come back here.
All right, let's do it.
So Waywocket pulls out his little fleece and then draws a kind of like the wall sort of extends from where the secret door is, so that it's harder to see that.
An accent wall, essentially.
Yeah, it's a little accent wall.
It's wonderful. We're lying and we're cheating and we're gonna steal.
You have covered up or you've obscured the view of the secret room.
All right. Well, if they come in, we'll say go into the washroom.
All right. You see, well, we should probably give our statements to the captain and find a way to get out of here. Like a question?
Yeah, I think so. So Adam, you've gained 50 gold worth of silver.
Sweet. Blam.
Yeah, we should all head out together.
Yeah. All right. So you see Captain Staggett is still standing at the entrance to the warehouse. It looks like that the perimeter has been very well established, that there's one way in, one way out, and Captain Staggett is standing there, and he still has his helmet off. And he's you can see like the snow and the cold is starting to come in a little bit as he looks like he sees Raynar come walking up, and it looks like he's got his parchment and quill out ready to take some statements. He's like, very well, so can you all tell me what a gnome, a human, a dark elf, and whatever you are, as he looks at Yozev, we're doing in the warehouse full of dead bodies and Kenku, apparently?
He's an Asimar.
I serve the Poobah Shabu.
And a Poobah Shabu to you as well.
Thank you.
You see, he has a very confused look on his face.
Well, as I was saying before, we're on the lead to try to find a man named Floon. Maybe you heard of him. He has an award-winning smile.
Like a dentist would give.
So I have not heard of him, and he's associated with the Xanathar or the knife or the Zentrim.
He's a friend of our friend Raynar over here.
You see Raynar say, it's true. They ambushed us in an alley. He's like, so it was a mugging then? Just a standard mugging?
Well, it's actually more like kidnapping, because the Xanathar brought both Floon and Raynar to the secret warehouse over here.
And where's Floon then?
Raynar says that they took him away when the Kenku attacked.
You see him kind of roll his eyes a little bit. Marks down a couple notes on his parchment. He's like, very well. And what led you up to this warehouse? Why did you get involved? And why did you jump in and use violence over talking it down? De-escalation is something we try to aim for all the time.
I don't think any of us speak their language.
Well, the Kenku had clearly murdered all the Zentarim in the room, but they didn't seem like the chatting type.
You see him kind of smile and smirk a little bit as he writes more down on his parchment. It's like, okay, well, it sounds like more gang violence and gang war, and there's been a couple more casualties, and I'm satisfied with that.
Who employs the Kenku, do you think?
It doesn't matter as long as they're wasting their time on each other, and they're doing most of my work for me. So
That's a pretty glib way of looking at it, sir.
well, it's been a pretty glib couple of weeks out on the street. Have you not seen the Guild Wars? There's quite literally blood in the snow.
Yeah, it's frankly, this was not what I heard Waterdeep was like.
Well, it's not. It's normally not like this. It's these three criminal organizations have taken over the streets, and I, for one, am happy to let them burn themselves out as long as they don't involve innocent people.
Sir, it seems like you and your own forces are insufficient to tackle this crisis. Will you give us money to help?
No,
Fine.
you're lucky to be alive. How many bodies are in there right now? You look not in the greatest of shape of yourself.
No, I am dying. Yes.
But at least we didn't stab ourselves.
We didn't stab ourselves.
You're in. Hey now, I slipped in pickle juice.
Oh, can I have my knife back, please?
He's like, yes, but and you see him hand over. He kind of does that Star-Lord Guardians of the Galaxy. He holds it up, drops it, drops it on the ground, picks it up, and like, there you go.
Yeah, it's very slippery with the pickle juice now. I can see why you had trouble there.
You might need to stay away from like sharp objects for a bit.
He's like, I'm actually quite adept with a long sword myself. I've had martial training.
Get some plastic scissors.
It was the pickle juice. I swear it was the pickle juice.
Yeah, could you mind cleaning my knife here, Amalika? So, your spell, prestidigitation, one of its many
I can do that.
fixes is it can
I
soil
can clean
or
a thing.
yeah, just for free, or
oh.
also dirty a thing, which is also useful.
Cool. I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure. Let's
Not with
do
your
it.
hand.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's shiny like new now.
Wait, I don't have to roll?
No, just do it. It just happens.
Well, whatever.
You can make a dramatic flair for how you cast prestidigitation, though, if you like. Yeah, exactly.
So you see all this pickle juice go flying off, and it kind of just almost like snow and crystallizes in the cold as soon as it hits the brisk air. The brine just gently drops to the ground.
It's breeze fresh.
You see Captain Stagnant said, well, very well. Don't get yourselves involved with any of this undermined criminal activity. It's not good. Keep the blood off the streets, as it were.
We'll do our best, but is it okay if we keep looking for Floon?
He says, I wouldn't recommend it. The more you get yourself involved with criminal organizations, the deeper you get pulled in.
Thank you very much, officer.
He says, and you see him have like a small conversation with Raynar. Raynar kind of like pats him on the chest, and they both kind of nod at each other. And Raynar says, "Well, I can't thank you enough for saving me."
Oh, I mean, I'm sure we'll figure out a way for you to thank us in good time.
Yeah, but please, you must save my friend Floon. Like none of this is his fault. He was just a unfortunate victim of circumstance and mistaken identity. I feel awful.
How could we not want to save him with an award-winning smile that we have yet to see?
It is quite beautiful. Like he is a handsome man.
I hope he still has all his teeth.
So do I. If he's with one of either the Knife or the Xanathar's guild, then they do not like the pretty people. They will mess him up.
I thought you were going to say they don't like teeth.
Oh no, they love teeth as a currency.
Yeah.
Where should we start? Where do we go?
Well, they said Raynar mentioned that they dragged Floon out of the place. We only know of one entrance and exit out of this place, so I'm assuming they must have gone back down this alley. So let's reconvene a search in the adjacent alleyway where we found this secret passage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so who wants to give me an investigation check?
Is it still night?
It is still night, yes.
I'm already at -1 for investigations.
Yeah, I got a +6 to that.
Hiya!
It's a 15.
15. You can see the definite signs of a struggle, and it looks like he's been dragged down. you see that you thought this was kind of like a donut closed off alley, but as you get deeper into the shadows, you actually notice there's quite a few exits that have been hidden by shadows. And essentially, if you knew they were there, you could use them easily, but you could easily walk by any of these entrances, and that it's actually quite a porous donut, as it were. There's many exits out of this surrounding area kept in shadows and darkness.
It's a lot of places they could have gone.
Yeah, these Entarim are really connected.
But you did find one alleyway that looks like it has signs of a struggle where like the snow's been disturbed and messed up and slushed up a bit.
I think this is our path to follow.
Yeah, let's check this out.
All right, I'm going to say this is going to turn into a skill challenge. Now, what a skill challenge is I'll set a number of successes you have to get before failures, and you can use any skill you want to try and essentially just tell me how you want to use that skill to help out in the process. And you can only use the skill twice, and get more successes than failures. And so it starts off with Waywalk leading the charge down this alley where it's got crates and boxes and the roofs are tight overhead, that there's very little snowfall. You still feel that cold, but there's like this slightest bit of snowfall on the ground, like nothing serious. Like you could easily swipe it away with your feet. And it looks like it leads straight down the alleyway and then dog legs off to the left.
I guess I'm the wisest among us.
I'm very dumb. Oh wait, I've got wisdom.
Yeah, you got a little bit of wisdom.
I've got some wisdom.
So I suggest one of us use the skill survival, which is a tracking skill.
Okay.
Who's got the highest wisdom or trained in survival?
I've got one.
I have the highest wisdom with 15, so I have a +2 to this.
Oh, wait.
I'll give survival a chance.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I was looking at the right.
Probably a success. It's a 15 roll, so it's a 17 total.
Boom, that counts as a success. As you see Waywalk, it begins to follow the smears and scrapes on the ground. That dog leg off to the left pulls you out onto like one of the main streets in the dock ward of Waterdeep, and you actually see some of the street lamps have now. It's almost jarring how bright the street lamps come as you came from almost complete darkness as you come out, and the snow is actually starting to come down heavier now. You can see definite snow drifts and banks as you start to like notice the snow kind of like piles up to like your ankles, and Waywalk, it's probably about up to your knees or your waist.
Oh, jeez.
It looks like it's an average amount of people out on the street. Not many. The weather seems to be keeping some people away, but there is some foot traffic going on.
Okay. So there's definitely maybe some people who've seen something.
Mm-hmm.
Can we possibly stop somebody and speak to them?
Certainly can. In fact, Amalika, give me a persuasion check.
I'm learning, guys. 10 and then 5, 15.
Ooh, that's another success. As you see Amalika, describe what your dark elf looks like. What does Amalika look like?
Oh God, I didn't think this part through so well.
Like tall, skinny.
Yeah, tall. I'd say like skinny-ish. Like again, I kind of like based it off of like Nico from Runaways. So like in my head,
that's totally fine. Does she have like white hair? Like dark elves usually have like a contrast of hair between like black or purple skin and then like shiny white hair, like brilliant white hair, or like gray or blues and stuff.
I do like
that.
gray or something. Let's try gray.
So like. What type of, like purple skin?
Yeah,
black
purple
skin?
sounds fun.
Yeah, like
Purple sounds fun.
A deep indigo purple with gray hair.
Sure.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Great.
And you said she's got a bit of a street rat quality to her.
Yeah.
So not the finest clothes, like no fur-lined collars and stuff like that.
No. She's definitely like simple. Like she wears something that's practical so she can get around easy and like get away easily if she needs to, fight and like that sort of thing. So
like a fall jacket on, but like 3 fall jackets on because it's the wintertime type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Practical.
Layers.
Yeah, it's layering. It gets like you step inside and it's like you don't want to be too cold, so you just take like 1 layer off, and then you still got 2. It's good. Do
you have the classic street rat scarf where it's like it comes down all the way onto the ground and just kind of trails off behind you, or is it like...
That seems like a hazard. Like somebody could grab that and like, hinder my getaway and then like maybe I'll lose my scarf, and then I'm like down a scarf, and that's not great either because it's winter.
And you're also being apprehended by somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's just like, well, I guess I'm losing that scarf because I'd rather that. But then
It's like one of those geckos, like, just get rid of the tail. Just get rid of the tail.
exactly. But I don't want to get rid of the tail. The tail keeps me warm.
All right. So you see a Malika walk up to, we'll say to a human couple just walking on the street, and Shio, what do you say to them?
Hello. How's it going?
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have any change or anything like that.
That's rude. I'm got 10 gold pieces of my own. I don't need your money.
It's like, oh, well, we sincerely apologize. How may we help you?
Have you seen anything unusual this evening?
So, oh, well, I mean, like, we're in the dock ward, so everything looks unusual. In fact, there was like a bit of a skirmish that was happening just up the street. It looks like some poor lad was knocked unconscious and being dragged through the street by a couple of Kenku.
That sounds like our guy.
Yeah.
Which way did you say that was?
I was like, oh, it's just like back up, and I think they turned right. I'm not entirely sure. We just kind of got out of their way.
How many of them did you say there was?
Well, there's the 2 Kenku and the unconscious guy, so 3 in total.
Okay.
The unconscious guy looked like he'd been beat up pretty badly.
But he was still breathing, you think?
Oh, he's moving, but that could be just be the Kenku were moving him along as well.
Okay. Well, think that's where we got to go check out.
Thank you, tall people.
It's like, you're welcome, short person. Have a nice wintry day. As you feel like the cold breeze from the ocean come off, and everyone just kind of bundles up a little bit.
Thank God for these 3 layers.
Yeah, Amalika is fine. It's like, I don't need this. I'm fine. Layers. You still have you have 2 successes so far. Who wants to do the next skill? Actually, Yozev will have to do the next skill.
So where are we at now? We're sort of at the end of the alleyway.
You're actually you're actually out on the street right now. You got directions from a couple that saw the Floon get dragged down the street. They thought he was knocked unconscious, like been in a fight or something like that. And he said they turned off to the right down another alleyway.
So looking down that other alleyway to the right, what are we seeing?
As you go up, give me a perception check.
20.
Ooh. Is that a natural 20?
Yeah, it's a natural 20.
Nat 20. You get the bonus information.
Ooh.
You actually see, I'm going to count that as 2 successes because it was a natural 20, which was my number of 4 successes you had to get. So you succeeded the skill challenge. And Yozev, you turn down and you've seen that paint symbol before, but this time it was, again, because the buildings are so tall and the roofs overhang, that the snow doesn't really land on the ground here. And just over like this old cobblestone next to a sewer grate, you see painted on in bright yellow paint is a serpent with wings right next to the manhole cover.
My friends, that's the symbol from before.
Wait, the Kenku are following down the Zentarine path. That's very bizarre. Maybe there are multiple Kenku. Anyway, good find.
Oh, sorry. Actually, the paint symbol is it's a circle. It's a big circle with 10 smaller circles.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's different. So that symbol, that's the Xanathar Guild's symbol. So these Kenku might be working for the Xanathar. It's bad news. Trust me, it's bad news, kid.
Amalika, you can roll history if you want on Xanathar's guild.
Okay. I'm already at a -1, so again, we're working at a not great
You never
place.
know. You never know.
There. Oh, he rolled
20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
So it's a 19.
Cool.
Amalika, being a street rat and street urchin of Waterdeep, one of the most famous names of Waterdeep is Xanathar. And essentially, he's kind of like the Don Corleone of organized crime in Waterdeep. No one's quite sure who or what the Xanathar is. There's always been kind of like these beholder rumors, but there's always been people stepping forward saying they're the Xanathar, but no one's quite sure. But you do know that for as long as Waterdeep's been around, that there's been a Xanathar with their hands in just about every single pie in the city. If there's a way to make money, Xanathar probably has their fingers just pulling a little bit off the side or off the top.
Okay.
And they will do pretty much anything they want to get what they want.
So they're like, again, like one of the crime guilds
Yeah.
sort of thing. And then obviously like Amalika's parents were with the knife. And then,
They would be direct competitors then.
cool.
There's always been kind of like an uneasy peace, but like essentially, you don't mess with our business, we're not going to mess with yours. But that's all been thrown out the window now.
There's blood on the streets.
If we kill more of those bird people, we might be able to sell Floon to the Xanathar.
No, we're gonna sell him to
His
Volo.
friend.
Yeah. I mean, but give him back, not sell.
But Xanathar has more money.
You'll be surprised. Volo's made a few well-selling books.
And less likely to probably murder us in our sleep, I feel.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Or just murder you out on the streets as well.
That too.
Yeah, they are not a guild to be messed with.
All right, so what do you want to do? You can also take a short rest if you want before you jump into the sewers.
That
short
seems wise.
Yeah, you need to do
We
that
are
for sure.
dying. I'm dying.
I just remembered that we're dying.
It was so numb from the cold, you couldn't feel anything. So the way a short rest works is you spend about an hour. You regain any abilities or spells or anything like that come back with a short rest. You can also spend something known as hit dice, where if you check the middle of your sheets, there should be a little box that says hit dice. For most casters, I believe.
It's a D8 for warlocks.
D6
It's a
for me?
D6 for you, yeah. So you can roll a D6 and then add your Constitution modifier to regain that number of hit points.
Okay.
Which you should probably
Does
do.
all my features and traits and stuff come back?
Your spells come back because you are a warlock, which is a special stat. So you can now cast your spell slot again. But yeah, if you like, how many hit points do you have left, Yozev?
Just 3.
Yeah, definitely spend your one hit die.
Also, yeah.
How many hit points do you have?
I have 3.
Yeah, definitely.
We are
also
not doing well.
No. The good news though is that you're because you're a shadow sorcerer. If you hit 0 hit points, there's like a special roll to keep you up.
Yeah, shadows literally keep you alive.
Feeding on shadows.
Yeah.
So what
But
am I
I
rolling
Yeah,
now?
roll a D8.
Yeah, and Amalika roll.
That's the,
D6.
that's the 12 there, Adam.
Yeah, D8 looks like a diamond.
Mine's a 6, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yours is a 6. Yeah, there you go. Sweet, Max. So it's that plus
Also
your con
Max.
modifier, which I think is a 2.
Yes.
You-
So 8 hit points. So you
but
probably
I have a max of 8, so I guess I'm
yeah,
just at
you
8.
just go to max. Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, you also rolled 8.
I went right up to
Dang.
max.
Nice, nice.
That's also all of the healing we have left for the day.
But what about like my healing light and healing hands and stuff? Does
Healing,
that all come back?
those come back on a long rest,
Yeah,
sadly.
gotta spend 8 hours rest to get those back.
All right, everybody, dodge more. Nimble.
I mean, we don't all have illusionary boxes.
Well, maybe I'll make you guys a box next time.
The Pooh Shabu
generous
is an
of you.
embrace. None of us will dodge.
All right, so the manhole cover looks like it's cold and made out of steel and resting against stone. I'm going to need a strength athletics check to
Oh, jeez.
pop this thing open.
God.
You can do something what's known as assist somebody,
Yeah.
which can give someone advantage.
Let's do that. Who's this? Actually, it looks like
I
me and Yozev
have-
are equally strong. So
I am a sad amount of strong. 'Cause
Adam,
it's the bottom one, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
-3 strong.
Yeah, you are mega weak.
Dumb and weak.
Do you want to roll advantage on a strength check there, Yozev?
There must be. Oh, how heavy is the grade?
Yeah.
Well, you can't tell. You'd have to like physically try and lift it, but it looks like it's a big hunk of metal.
I need to do more weights at the gym.
Yeah.
All right, little friend, let's try.
Yeah. Well, so you can roll this twice and take the higher results.
Oh.
I think it's showing a 7 on the top of it right there. Your hands are really close to it. Yeah, the blue. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
All right.
20.
Yozev, Pooh Shabu coming to clean house today. You see Pooh Bash and Waywalk kind of fidget around. You see Waywalk just kind of gets his fingers and gives that little bit of grip, and then Yozev just kind of as you hear like the grinding of stone and metal together, as you feel kind of like this warm draft come up from the sewers, all this decay and rot and raw nastiness that happens underneath the regular city street just comes rushing up, and like your head's kind of snap back at the whiff.
He's like,
Think of
oh,
all the creatures that have died down there.
Why are you always thinking about dead creatures? Think more about living creatures. They're the ones who have money.
I'm a living creature and I've recovered all my health. I thought I was dying, but I was living. Let's go die.
All right. As you head into the sewers, you notice that it is completely pitch black in there because there's no lights down there. However, you all have dark vision.
Yeah.
Which means any perception checks will be made at disadvantage because it is complete blackness, but it's considered dim light to you. So,
Although Malika has
I have-
superior dark vision.
Yeah.
I think that just extends the range. And if she spends points, she gets to see in magical darkness.
That's later.
Ah.
It's not to level 3.
We don't need to worry, my friends. I'm going to pull out my staff and light it up with my light power.
Boosh, it is now bright light inside the sewer. Everyone give me a wisdom perception check.
Oop.
2.
15
Oh, that's not bad.
plus 1? So 16.
And I also got 16.
16 and 2. So Yozev, you're actually kind of just admiring your lit up staff as you see Amalika and Waywalking. You both spot it is again that in yellow bright chalk painted on one of the walls and alleyways is that hand-sized circle with the 10 smaller circles around the outside.
I can follow the signs.
They're going to leave breadcrumbs. Might as well follow them.
Exactly.
I'd actually say Amalika, give me another history check as well, please,
Okay.
because you are a resident Waterhavian expert.
Although 6 plus
6 minus
negative
1.
5.
Yeah, so you see that you're in this sewer where it's very classic, like old Parisian type of sewer. There's no side runners, so you're walking through the sludge right now. So you're about ankle deep. Waywalking, you're about knee deep in like and it's got like the air is cold, but the water and like fluid is warm, and you're definitely stepping through some previous meals as
At least
as
my
you go.
feet are warm. If your feet's warm, your whole body's warm. That's what my father used to say.
At least I figured out that I can cast a spell to clean myself after.
I'm definitely going to need that. Oh my gosh, this is so gross.
Yeah, everyone's getting covered in filth as you go around. You follow this snaking sewer tunnel. As you come up to another intersection, give me another perception check, everybody. Remember, this bright light is being cast off. I believe it's either 30 feet or 60 feet.
Yes, I think it's 60. 22. 21, sorry, actually 21.
11.
11?
7.
7. So Waywalking, you see just off to your left down the sewer where it kind of branches off in 3 different directions, you see a very faint chalk drawing of the circle with the 10 circles around it. You don't see it anywhere else, but it looks like someone's either tried to rub it off or like scrub it off and has not done the best job at it. And I'll say, give me a history check as well.
Yeah, we got a little bit of history. Sweet. That is a total of 18.
Yeah, the fact that you see it looks like it's almost been smeared away a little bit. It reminds you that the Dung Sweeper Guild is quite active in the sewers, and what they do is they go in and clear any blockages, and they clean up essentially the inside of the sewer. So it clicks in like, oh, they're using chalk because every now and then the dung sweepers will come by and clean everything off.
Ah.
So you kind of like covers their tracks for them. But you do see that they haven't done the most efficient job, and you see the remains of this circle pattern.
Those dung sweepers have really taken a step back. To be fair, though, they live in dung, so I wouldn't be doing much a better job either.
Also, who comes in the sewers to do quality control?
Yeah, their bosses are checking down here.
So you head down, and you come to what appears to be a kind of like an intersection, and you notice that in the middle of the intersection, it's kind of circular as you see a ladder that comes down, and you can very much hear the padding of footsteps going over what appears to be the manhole cover of the sewer grate above your head. As it looks like you're in 4 directions again. Anyone else give me another perception check, whoever wishes to, as many or as few as you wish.
Okay.
You're fairly wise. Go for it.
Oh.
We'll keep going here. Oh no, that's a 7.
I have an 8.
3.
Ooh.
Not excellent.
I don't
guys.
see anything.
Aw.
You do see a couple of marks. So you've got like a north, a south, an east, and a west type of thing. And it looks like they've all had either sewage or dirt or muck or some type of algae growing on. You're not quite sure what the next direction is. So you're going to have to pick one on your own. Well, I guess we'll say you came from the east. So you have 3 directions to choose from.
Hmm.
I say someone else give me an investigation check as well.
I've already got a -1, so
And that's Waywalket's jam.
Yeah, don't be afraid by negatives. Like you can still
okay, cool.
The hot rolls have stopped. It's a 9 in total.
a 9 in total. You go scooping around, you try and investigate around the ladder. It looks like it's just covered in algae and scum and whatnot. And you can't really see any traces or marks of anything being dragged through the area. So I'm going to need a north, a south, or a west.
Yeah, what are you feeling there, Yozev? You're blessed by some kind of deity.
The Poobah Shaboo guides me north, as it guides all of us towards death.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to go towards death, so if we could maybe just go north with a side of not dying?
I'm with Amalika here. Not dying, but I do like your north idea here.
Think of it this way, friends. Wherever you are, death is coming towards you.
Oh, well, that made me feel not better.
Hey, you'd be a terrible card writer.
And I just feel like maybe you should avoid fortune telling and sort of maybe all interactions with people. Customer service doesn't also seem to be your jam. Waywalket, make note.
Actually, our sales have increased 30% since I've done my street shouting.
It's true. He's very charismatic somehow.
Okay, it must be your good looks.
It's also, he's a terrible stockkeeper. He's really just dropping things all the time. I'm no better. But Alvin, my man, he's pretty good at it.
So, north to hopefully not death.
Yeah. Hopefully not death.
North it is, but I'd like to say that Alan is ugly and no one cares for him.
Noted.
That's, we're going to have an HR meeting later.
So after about an hour, signed through the tunnels, you come to another 3-way intersection with another ladder. You do notice one of the familiar chalk symbols is marked on a wall nearby, and unfortunately, floating near the symbol is a spherical grapefruit-sized creature with a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy eye stalks. It bares its teeth at you as it kind of like gibbers and snarls, like, "Ugh, what are you doing in my sewers?" As you see, as one of its stalks begins to whirl up with a magical light. We're all going to roll. I'm going to actually take a quick pause so I can draw out a map for you. And you're going to fight something in the sewers.
Oh, gross.
Oh, to death.
There was a sewer fight. Ooh. You gotta love gazers, and you gotta love magic, and you gotta love a classic D&D trope in the sewers. What's gonna happen? What is going to be revealed as the trio make their way through the sludgy underneath of Waterdeep in the wintertime? So we'll get you right back into that fight, but we have a couple of announcements just to go over real super quick, and then we'll jump right back in. The first one is we're on YouTube now. That's right. You can find the older episodes of the Diecast podcast for season 5 only. We're working on getting the other 4 seasons up. It just takes a lot of time, but YouTube, Diecast podcast. You can find us. You can subscribe to us. We're still building up the channel, but the first episode is up. We'll put them up every Friday or so as we get them up and going. And once we refine the system, make it more efficient. But every week we'll put up the previous episode so you can just listen to it in the background, listen to it at work, or if you don't have like a podcast playing app or anything like that handy, just have it on the go. The other one is a Discord server is coming up. I will post the links to that when it gets ready, and you can just sit in, chill, talk about what's going on, sit and talk to other fans, and just throw out your crazy fan theories of what's going on in the Dragon Heist. We're only 2 episodes in, but there's some good groundwork that's being laid down. And the last announcement we want to talk about is it's April, which means the month of May is around the corner. And of course, the Toronto Comics Art Festival is coming up. It is coming up real soon. And if you're in the Toronto or Southern Ontario area, May 11th or 12th, that weekend, come on and see some great comic artists. There's going to be some great panels. Nothing I can announce just yet, but once I get the details, I will let you know. But again, May 11th and May 12th in Toronto. It's right at the Toronto Reference Library, which is right next to the Yonge and Bloor subway station. It's a major hub inside the city if you've never been here before. But the best is, it's cheap as in free. Come on in. Come enjoy the festival. Come celebrate comics. It is going to be an amazing, amazing time. It is always a fun time. And like I said, we are going to announce some more details about special guest artists, special panels that are happening. And once we get that in, probably be next week, then yeah, you should show up May 11th and 12th in Toronto, the Toronto Comics Art Festival, Toronto Reference Library. If you love comics, if you love art, if you just want to meet some of your favorite artists that are on the panel, then head to torontocomics.com for all your information needs. They'll have a list of schedules, a list of retailers, a list of artists who are at tables. It is an awesome, fun time in the city of Toronto. So come on in. If you're in the area, I highly encourage you to come in. If you're American and you're like upstate New York or just close by, I encourage just a weekend visit to the city of Toronto. The food is great. The people are great. And the Comics Art Festival is an amazing thing. I hope to see you all there. I'm going to jump it right back into that sewer fight with the Gazer. Again, as always, you can find us on Twitter at Diecast Podcast. You can find us on any app that plays a podcast, Stitchers, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and our own website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com. Please subscribe. Please follow. Leave us a rating review. It helps us out so much. Thank you for listening, everybody. I will see you next week with episode 3. Let us jump into this fight with this Gazer and see what happens with this magical trio. I love you all. See you next week. All right. We are back from drawing the map. Everyone's kind of, you can change your order around in there as you wish.
I'll go up a little bit since I'm the most HP'd.
All right.
Save us.
And there's
Must I aim above you?
It is bright light because of Yosef's staff of light. And we are now going to roll initiative, please. Whoop. Whoop.
Wait, what do I do for
It's
initiative?
it's the middle box of those top ones at the top there. So it's the 3 plus that.
Where do I see 3?
So that's next to your.
3.
armor class.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And for combat, the middle of your sheets where you're going to be looking
Yeah, it's
the
mostly
most.
that.
I immediately touched that.
It was a 16, I
Okay,
believe.
yeah. Sorry, so 19.
19 for
Math.
Malika. We walk it.
13.
13. We walk it. Bup, bup. And Yosef.
1.
Ooh.
It's terrible.
All right, and the Gazer got that. So, with that elven grace and speed, Malika, you get to go first.
Ooh. I'm assuming we're fighting this thing.
He said, I believe he said, "What are you doing in my sewer?"
Oh, okay.
So you- so you can-
we're
you
not
can-
necessarily
You can
fighting
choose to
him
try and
yet.
talk to it.
Yeah,
if
you can
want.
try to talk to it if you want, or you can just throw a thing at it, like, yeah. It's whatever you think a Malika would do.
Well, I
They have a
feel
saying down
like...
in the bayou. Blah.
I don't like it. Well, I feel like, I mean, she's been in the sewers before. I don't feel like she's easily startled by, you know,
a gazer.
a dream fart. So, let's I guess, try to talk to it and see if we can reason with him.
Absolutely. I'm going to change the model real quick because I just discovered it's tiny.
Oh,
It's a little tiny guy.
Oh.
so it's just like,
Boop.
kind of like a silent fart.
It's like a softball.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Little SBD.
But is he naturally that small, or is he just like a baby?
No, he's a bit naturally that small. So tell me what you want to say, and we'll figure out what you can roll to. So like, what is your intention for communicating with this Gazer?
So he's asked us like what we're doing here, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we just want to like let him know that we don't want to bother him. We just want to carry on our way and find what we came to find. We don't want to deal with him.
All right. So voice it out, and then give me a persuasion roll, please.
Cool.
So what do you say to a floating eyeball with 4 eye stalks? What do you
Sounds like it's about to be a
Yeah, it's a
punchline.
bad joke.
Okay, so we're down here looking for somebody, and just want to get our bearings and be on our way.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
Cool. Oh. +5, so 10.
10. You see the Gazer kind of like furrow its one eyebrow. A little bit of drool comes off of its tooth. It's like, these are our sewers. You don't belong down here. You don't have permission. Unfortunately, your attempt to persuade him has unfortunately failed.
Oh.
It's fallen on deaf eyeballs.
Oh.
You can move, and you have a bonus action that can happen. You can still do that. And Waywalk, I'll say it's difficult terrain for you because you are tiny.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm assuming like now he's just gonna like attack us.
It's possible.
That's possible. You might want to move back or...
Yeah, let's like move me back a little bit.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can move up to 6 squares, yeah.
All right. Waywalk, it is your turn. Have you seen this exchange between Amalika and this gazer? She's trying like, hey, we're just looking for somebody. You don't belong here. Robble.
Oh, we don't mean any offense. We're just looking for the Xanathar's guild office. We have business with Mr. Xanathar.
Give me another persuasion check.
I'm decent at this. Duh. That's a bad roll, though. That's a 6 plus 7, so 13.
You see him kind of like think about it and shakes his one eyeball. You see like the iris go back and forth, almost like that little. It's like, no one has business with the Xanathars down here. You didn't make an appointment. I think you're all lying to me.
I assume that counted as my action.
That's your action,
yeah,
unfortunately.
Fair enough. Let's get out of Dodge. So I can move only 2 squares.
It is the gazer's turn. If you could fly him 30 feet forward, please.
Wow. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just do a D3 and pick somebody at random. That is Waywalk. Waywalk, you see one of his eye stalks glow bright blue. Give me a strength saving throw, please.
That's not a good one. It's a 1.
You see Waywalk be surrounded in this blue light and gets lifted up into the air as you're now under a telekinesis spell.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for getting me out of that rut there.
You're not welcome.
You're not welcome either.
Yozev, it is your go.
Yozev splays his hand and says, 2 can play at this game. His mage hand rises out of his principal hand, and then I'm going to huck it forward, cupping the eyeball and all the eye stalks.
Okay.
How tall? Yeah, I guess how big is the beholder?
Said it was about a baseball size?
Softball size,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's easily doable. So I'll say, give me a spell attack roll.
Where does this come from?
We actually didn't write down your sheet, but it's your charisma score modifier plus 2. So it'd be like probably 4 plus 2, I think it is.
But what am I rolling?
Oh,
D20.
D20, yeah.
Oh, okay. So this plus 6?
Plus 6,
Yeah.
correct.
It's an 8.
An 8. You see this little magical blue hand, but the beholder, knowing quite a bit about magic, just kind of dodges out of the way as this little blue hand goes sailing by.
I'm sorry, little friend. And now I've got a move.
Yes.
I don't want to leave Waywalk.
He left us.
Well, he technically didn't leave. He just got lifted in the air.
Before.
I'm going to take advantage of the distraction to move forward, so I'm on the other side of this thing.
Perfect. All right, we go back to the top. It's Amalika's turn. As you see this gazer seems to be more and more agitated and has lifted Waywalk.
It's plan B. Hit him with something.
All right, let's try some. Well, let's try some like. How far away is he from me?
Not far away.
But like.
He's currently 40 feet away from you.
Okay, so I could do like frostbite to
Totally
attack him. Okay, let's try to cast frostbite towards him with one of my like frosters.
Do it up. Is it an attack roll or a saving throw?
Yeah, it's attack through.
So what do I?
Yeah, let's do one of your d20s.
D20. Cool. Whoops. Oop. 9
plus I think 6 also for you, or 3.
What is my? Sorry, what am I?
That's your spell attack modifier, which is your charisma. What's your charisma score again?
16.
So 3, so plus 5.
Oh, 3. Sorry. So
3 plus 2 because you're proficient in this. So it's 3. So it's a plus 5 in total to what you rolled.
So 14.
14 is a hit. As you see this ice knife land. I have to be careful because there actually is a spell called ice knife. As you see this frostbite of a dagger
Yeah, we can call
hit
it.
into the side. Roll me up your damage for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Learning.
6.
Whoa.
Max
Whoa.
damage.
It does a considerable slice right along the side of it, and it now has disadvantage. You see like this frost go over its iris and kind of clouds its vision a little bit.
Excellent.
Ouch. Good hit. Waywocket, you are currently restrained and grappled and floating upside down in a sewer.
Sweet. Can I make an saving throw to escape from this grapple?
Let me check the book. At the end of your turn, you can.
Okay, but I'm restrained. So I can attack. Yes.
You can. You just be at disadvantage.
Yeah, that's no problem. Why not? So Waywocket like struggles to get his bow while fighting this mental force to get it off, and he winds up his little tiny short bow. It's like so small and cute.
While upside down.
Oh, it's a 1, critical 1.
You hear it go clank right off the side of the ladder. This being upside down, almost like being spun around. The 0G effect is disorienting you quite heavily.
You tried.
I did my best.
You did.
It's an inner ear thing, probably. You see the gazer looks at Amalika and looks at Waywocket, and then you see Waywocket begin to fly towards Amalika as he's going to attack Amalika with the gnome.
All right, I guess he's still at disadvantage.
Disadvantage,
on this.
correct.
All right,
Because he's been frostbitten. That is an 11 versus your AC.
That
13.
yeah,
13?
misses.
So you see Waywocket go zooming by you
Bye.
as he tries to use his telekinetic energies to fling the gnome out. You're still being held in the air.
Oh, actually,
right, in the saving throw.
my saving throw. Actually, well,
We'll see if that happens anyways.
yeah, I was cocked. No, yeah, I was definitely so caught. It was only a 6 in
So
total.
Waywocket is still flying around in the air. Yozev, it is your turn as you see your friend being flung through the air like a projectile.
My little friend. I'm going to try to grab this guy with the mage hand again. That was much better. It's a 22.
22. I'm going to give him an acrobatics contested roll to try and avoid it. That is a natural 1. You see this blue opaque hand go right over the top of the gazer and just kind of smothers it. He's not blinded, but he's slightly obscured and restrained by this mage hand flying in the air.
I'm going to keep moving as I do this.
Kaboom. As he just kind of, what is, let go of me. You didn't have permission to do this. If you go back to Amalika, as you see Waywalk has been thrown at you and just kind of hovering just slightly behind you.
Do it again.
All right, so we're going to try Frostbite again?
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Second ice knife.
All right, so 9, and I've already forgotten. I'm so sorry.
Plus 5, so
Plus
it's 14.
14.
That's another hit. Roll me up your damage. 2. As you see, it cuts along the other side of the gazer. It goes actually right through the mage hand from Yozev. He looks almost like he's holding it up as almost like target practice to you. He looks, there's like blood and green fluid coming out of the wounds. He's like, oh, this is not good. How dare you do this to me?
We would have just went on our way, but somebody had to be crotchety.
Waywalk, you are still upside down.
So is because he is restrained from the mage hand, would I have advantage?
You would, but you're also at disadvantage.
So I have regular attack.
Regular attack.
I'll take it. It's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
And it's a 6 in total.
All right, describe the death of this gazer.
So Waywalk again, like struggling mightily against this psychic force, pulls back his little bow, a tiny arrow pops in and sinks into the middle of the gazer, which then like fizzle falls and plops into the sewage below.
Kaboom, boom, boom, and combat is now over.
I'm going to use my mage hand to give you guys a friendly wave. Are you all right, friends?
Oh, and Waywalk, give me an acrobatics check.
A mystic high five. Wow.
Acrobatics. It's a 23.
You land feet first into the sewer below as you kind of like this air flip. Whoop, whack.
Like a cat.
I avoided getting any of it up my nose.
The butter was on his feet. All right, the gazer's corpse sinks into the sewage below. Blurp, 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 blurp.
Well, I don't think that was the right way.
I don't think so either. So that was like, you were right. It was towards our death, but...
We once again avoided it. Good work with the mage hand.
I think that was good killing things practice for all of us.
Yeah,
no money, though.
No money that time.
Yeah, I don't think any gazers keep any personal fortune, but also the City Watch don't care about a gazer.
All right, so what do you do now? You still have 3 directions to choose from. Give me a perception or investigation check.
I'll give an investigation check.
Can I try?
I'll do a perception,
Yeah,
I
I'll
guess.
do perception, I guess.
Gazing around.
12 plus... So 15 for me for perception.
15? Anyone else?
16 for me.
16?
I got a 16 investigation.
So you all see that this gazer was definitely in this area for a reason. And you do see off to the north, you see another painted circle with 10 other tiny circles around it. You actually do start to notice that there's this similarity between the gazer and that symbol on the side.
Maybe there's something to that beholder rumor about the Xanathar. Well, towards the symbol, I think.
Let's go.
All right, you head up north, and you see you come into almost an exact clone of the sewer intersection you were in before. You see the main sewer tunnel expands into a circular hub with a pair of arrow slits carved into its outer walls. Directly across from each other, 2 passages continue on to the north and south. A stone door is set into the back wall of a stone ledge to the west.
I think it's time to go stealthy, so maybe lights out?
As you
Lights out.
back into darkness, everything goes black and white for everybody as your dark vision kicks in. You're all at disadvantage for perception checks, but you can still make them.
Mm-hmm.
The stewards,
How many arrow holes are there?
there's 2 slits, so I'll slightly adjust. And we'll say you're coming up from the same alley side.
Okay.
So I'll need stealth rolls from everybody, please.
Yeah, low and slow, remember. Ooh, this is good stealth rolling, everybody.
19.
18.
16 for Waywalk It.
Ooh, stealthy, stealthy, stealthy.
Gotta be real quiet.
So you guys make your way to the center area, and you can see that door just off to the west, which I will now draw on the fly for you.
Nice door.
I do not have the skills over an artist. That is very clear.
But I assume this is like open right here?
Yeah, it's like a little ledge, like so.
Oh, I
you
see that. Yeah,
there's
yeah,
like a
cool.
little stair grate, and it goes up onto
Gotcha. I think the door is the best option. Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to investigate the door.
Give me investigation check. Made it disadvantage because it is complete darkness.
It's still a 12.
12 is good enough to see that the door is locked, but you don't see any noticeable traps.
Yeah, well, good thing I brought these. And out of Waywalket's coat pocket, he pulls out his thieves' tools.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to make a test to unlock the door.
All right, do it up. Waywalking. Operating in his specialty, in the darkness.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. Oh, so good. Wow, what a good sign. That is 24.
Oh, yeah, easily. Everyone in black and white can see. Waywalk, probably, in color, would probably be up to his knees or his waist and kind of like this green brownish sludge, but it's all just black and white to you as he whips it, and there's kind of like this little splatter of sewage that goes onto the door as you hear like this clicking and ticking as he picks the lock on the door.
Ah, that's the sound of the sweet sound of my ears.
You notice that I'll draw it as we go. Sure. as you see that the hallway kind of does a snake leg up into the right.
All right, everybody, stay quiet, stay low. We don't want anyone to know that we're coming.
I don't suppose we could use your invisible friend to, like, scout ahead, Yozev.
Should we bring him back?
Can we do that?
Yeah, we could.
Oh, we could, yeah.
Because you haven't, he's not like a spell, like he's like a cantrip.
No, he's a spell, but
He lasts a while.
yours.
he lasts an hour. But also because of the way that warlocks work, he gets his spell slots back every short rest. But he
Right.
gets,
Oh, okay.
but he'll get far fewer than you get, which is the balance of how
Okay.
that goes as levels progress.
And I have, how many did I get back with like the short rest?
You got nothing back.
Nothing?
At the short
Okay.
rest.
You get stuff back. I do. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let my unseen servant guide us. I think it's a wonderful idea. So I kind of reach down into the muck and then I pull like a body up sort of like by the hair and sort of pat it affectionately on the cheek.
It does go completely invisible, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can kind of like slap it and pat it, but you guys can't see it.
It's
Two
all
different
sliding
things.
Like, welcome back to the embrace of the Poobash. Go ahead, explore the hallway for us.
Oh, what do you wish me to do, Master?
Go ahead, check and see if any danger, any doors, and report back to me through the link.
All right, use the D12 that I had earlier for...
Oh yeah, where'd she go?
Oh, it's right over there.
Oh.
Right.
Beside the,
Yeah, perfect. That'll be your unseen servant. Oh, you don't need to roll for it. Just like use it as a marker on the map.
Oh, I see.
So he is.
Yeah. So it'll go up to the door. It'll do investigation check. Ooh, and it says the door appears to be locked, Master. Or sorry, the door appears to be not trapped and unlocked, Master.
Oh, it's unlocked.
Unlocked and not trapped.
I think
And
you
it
should
appears to be made out of wood, a cheap wooden door, sir.
head on inside. Let's not be shy.
You hear kind of a creak as it opens up. And he says, "This is a terrible mess in here, Master. It looks like no one has cleaned up. I know of a spirit named Marie Kondo who would have an amazing time in here."
Even the unseen servant is heard.
The thrift shops are thriving.
Is it safe?
Let's go.
Unseen servant says, I only see mess in here.
All right. Push up.
All right. Yes, and I'll draw for you all. Going on the fly. DMing on the go.
Could add some like Bob Ross. Pretty little stairs, pretty little hallway.
This is a secret bush. Don't you tell anybody about this bush.
Edit out all the moving sounds. But you see, off to your right, you see one hallway that goes in a straight line, 5 feet wide. It looks like it kind of opens up just off to your right.
What does this room look like?
This is just, it looks like people just dropped refuse in here. There's like rusty weapons, decaying clothes, bags have been opened and just random debris dumped out.
A messy mudroom. I'm going to send the unseen servant down the hall with a gesture.
Okay. You see it goes wandering down, and you see I hear snoring, sir. He turns around, doesn't even need to do a perception. That there's a goblin asleep on a hammock with a bow in his hand.
Does he have a smile like a dentist would give?
No, his dental hygiene looks quite horrible. In fact, there's like a tooth growing through his upper lip.
Well, we found a goblin, but he's not our guy.
No, we're looking for a human. Humans, remember. All right.
Anything else, unseen servant?
No, there's a stairwell down, but it is just a goblin asleep.
You think we could like get by it without waking it up?
I think so. If we, again, slow, steady, making no noises. Stealth rolls.
All right, stealth it up.
Do we have advantage because he's asleep?
You do actually.
So you can take you can roll again and take the higher of the two,
Yeah, you can write 2 dice and take the highest.
which I super needed.
Sweet. So, math. 18.
18.
14.
14.
15.
Everyone succeeds as you just silently slip on by. It's like, as you just go silently by, and you go down the stairs, and you notice it turns off to your right. I won't draw you any maps there. As you come to a room that looks like it has 6 tattered cots and small little beds on it. It looks like this is kind of like a sleeping area that is completely empty. There's like rags of pile of clothes in the side. You can see like little mites and fleas jumping off the beds. There's like slime and algae just kind of like stuck to the wall. And it looks like there's a small door to the southeast of it. Looks like it's separated from somewhere else.
Oh, before we go any further, we should definitely clean ourselves off so we're not making any footprints.
Yeah, so I guess you guys would like me to use... I'm not going to try and say that word over and over again.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah. I'm assuming I can do that a couple of times.
As much as you want. It's a cantrip.
Cool, so I'm going to go ahead and clean us all off and get rid of all this, like, poo.
So how's this? Give us some flavor. How Amalek is just like flinging the poo off of people, or how does it evaporate? Does it get flung off?
Shake off
the
shoulders.
Yeah, I think it kind of just like, I like that. Like it's like kind of like flicking it off, like with kind of like magic, just kind of like, and then it's like, you know, like going against the walls. It's like I'm painting the walls with something that's somehow better than what's already there.
It's like a Jackson Pollock of poop.
Make sure to get some in the beds.
which very much like someone just like with paint just like splattering it on the bed and on the walls. You see Amalek just constantly prestidigitating all the poop and refuse and sewage off of Yozev, Amalika, and Waylocket.
It's weirdly better.
Seemingly oblivious to all the shit like flying off my body, but I'm sort of like investigating and poking at my unseen servant, and I want to like take a stop and like ask him, like, is he the same servant as before?
It's like, no, this is the first time you've summoned me, sir.
Interesting.
Is there? do you prefer somebody else? I can request them next time.
You can request people?
Oh, you can do anything in the afterlife.
Interesting. What's your name?
Using my NPC name generator. Elam.
Elam? I think we're going through that door.
It's like, oh, would you require me to open it for you?
I definitely do.
You see him go down. Everyone give me a perception check.
It's a 10.
15.
9 for me.
15 Amalek. You can hear what sounds to be panicked, not screaming, but very elevated talking, as it sounds like someone is talking at a high anxiety type of rate as you get closer to the door.
Okay. So are we like thinking that's like somebody anxiety, like they don't want to be here?
Based on your on your anxiety check.
I have that all the time. I don't need that. It's a natural 20 always.
Based on your perception check, you hear someone saying like, no, that's no good. That's not, you don't understand. That's not going to help. Like, just block the bottom. That's not going to help at all.
Okay. There's some voices up ahead, guys. I don't feel like that's our guy necessarily that we're looking for.
The voice does sound familiar, though.
Familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. There's someone up ahead. Think we need to like proceed carefully. Ooh.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit indeed.
The
Or what do you say?
Pooh-Bash says
yeah, I was
Gesundheit.
gonna say.
That didn't happen in the game.
Pooh-Bash a chew.
Oh.
Nice. You get inspiration, Jeff.
Yeah.
What do you mean they sound familiar?
And more specifically, because I realized I did the wrong accent for it, where it's like, oh, just put, you got to block at the bottom. You're not doing it right. It's going to get through.
Okay.
Or who that voice was.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Oh.
remember like
See, that maybe sounds like it's the city guard friend.
I've been working on my English accent too. Not as good as I thought it was.
No, it's the bartender.
Maybe.
Give me history checks for people.
Okay, let's do that. How would a memory check? Is that a thing? Like,
essentially
refresh
history.
my memory. Oh no. What am I
14 for me.
16.
16.
What am I doing? History?
History. Basic 10.
Am I blind to history? Oh, 2. That's not excellent.
So, yeah.
So Yozev and Waywalk, you remember it's the guy who picked the fight with the half-orc lady at the yawning portal.
Oh.
Remember
See, I
him.
wouldn't have remembered that.
That does sound interesting. Yeah. He must be working with the Xanathar's guild. Interesting. He caused that fight. Well,
You do remember him specifically saying, "So you enjoy killing my buddies, eh?" And then took a swing at her, which, against a half-orc is a risky process.
Is your unseen servant like incorporeal? Can he go through things?
No, he's just invisible.
Rats. Are there any rats around?
Yes. There absolutely are rats around.
So we walk
We
it,
love the poop.
gets low, and he puts his hands to his cheeks and to make his fingers imitate whiskers, and then communicates with the rats using his whiskers and chitterings.
Yeah. You see,
So cute when he does this.
you see Waywalk get on the bed, which just had recently had some poop splattered on it. You see one of the rats just come out of the pillowcase and going, "Oh man, yeah, what's going on? It's so noisy. I got a late shift to crawl around in the poop later tonight. You're waking me up early."
I'm so sorry, my friend. I was wondering if you could do me a little favor.
He's like, "Sure. What do you need? And it's going to cost you some cheese or some food or some poop food."
Well, we got some poop around here. That's easy.
Yeah, but I need some food as well.
Oh, well, I got some rations.
All right. What do you need? What do you need?
Would you mind just going under that door right there and telling me the lay of the land? What do you see over there?
He's like, sure. You see him scurry in. He's got kind of like a big butt, so kind of like gets Pooh Bear stuck for a little bit. Where his legs kick and pook goes underneath. You hear the conversation, you hear that voice going like, "No, you don't understand. You are putting our lives in mortal danger. You bloody idiot!" He comes scurrying back and he's like, "Oh, you do not want to go in there. That is some bad news in there."
Yeah, tell me about the bad news. I like bad news sometimes.
Like, all right, so there's a human, and then there's a gray dwarf, a Duragar dwarf. I've seen them around a couple of times.
Yeah.
And they have blockaded the toilet.
I mean, I wasn't planning on going anytime soon. You said a half-orc, a human?
No, a Duragar.
A Duragar?
And a human.
And a human.
Yeah, and they're blockading the toilet.
They're keeping they're keeping God to the toilet?
They're trying to block the door to keep it closed.
What's inside the door, you think?
Well, I mean, if it's local to the area, there's probably like an ooze or something that came out of their lavatory or the bathroom or something like that. That is not a surprise you want in the middle of the night. Like, some people fall in the toilet. Sometimes the toilet falls on you.
So they look pretty distracted is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. And that guy is right. Yeah, like, that ooze is going to come underneath that door. No problem.
All right. Well, and there's another way out, though, right?
There's another door, yeah, but they're more concerned with the potty door.
What's down what's down that hallway?
It's going to cost you some more cheddar there, buddy.
Yeah, it's a whole day's rations in it for you. For a human like me, that's got to be like 3 weeks worth of food for you.
You're no human. There's a guy in there who looks like a human. You're like a little tiny guy.
I'm a gnome. You must know us. We're the best.
You liars. You liars so far. Human. You're like 3 foot nothing.
I meant creature, just an expression.
3 apples high at best.
Well, let's not be splitting rat hairs over this.
Whoa. That is not your word. That is our word.
Rodent hairs? I don't know. Here's your day's worth of rations. What's down the hall?
Okay. So you see him scurry under again. It takes a little bit longer. He comes back and he's like, okay. So, guy and the dwarf are still freaking out about the ooze. You can see kind of creeping at the bottom of the door.
Great news.
Further down, there's like a big hall, some curtains, some stairs. There's a guy who's been beat up and lying on the ground.
You have my second favorite rat I've met today.
Oh, well, I'm about to be your most favorite rat because there's like an orc in robes standing over top of him. And then there's like a big thing. I've seen him around a couple of times. I don't know quite who he is. He's like big and purpley. He's got tall and he's got robes. And he's got like a squid face type of thing, like, and it kind of pulls up his little paws and chittering like his.
Oh no!
Putting his fingers on anything. He's just going like, and and they're talking about this guy. They don't really know what to do with him. I guess he's a new arrival, but he's a beautiful man. Just a beautiful man.
That's great news. Thank you very much. I'm gonna mark down my rations gone.
All right, doing business.
All right, so I think I found our friend Floon. Very exciting. He is, however, surrounded by what sounds like a pretty scary half-orc and a creature I believe called an illithid.
You can all give me history checks if you wish.
Okay.
10.
10, not enough.
Wait, history 10, 9.
Actually, you can re-roll for nature as well, because nature would probably be nature or arcana. There's a lot of stuff that this will cover.
8.
For nature, it's -1 or 14 for arcana.
14 will do it for arcana.
Yeah, let's see what I can tell you about it. I got a 16 in arcana.
Yeah. So Amalika and Waywalk, you know that illithids are what's known as mind flayers. They're creatures from another realm. They have purple skin, kind of like octopus heads, very tall, very lanky, and deal in what's known as psionics or psychic magic. And they're also known as, they're mind flayers because what they do is they use their tentacles on their face to grab onto people, pry open skulls, and then devour the brains inside. And essentially, the smarter you are, the better tasting a meal you're going to be.
Oh, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I am not fine. I am I am super smart. Yeah,
I am very dumb.
out of character, we super do not want to tangle with that boy. That guy is above our pay grade.
I also don't want that either
Yeah.
because I have 8 hit points.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm just grasping this character.
Yeah. So here's what I'm proposing. We sneak past the toilet problem. They seem distracted. As long as we go quietly, we should be able to get past them, no problem. We go down the hallway, and then your unseen servant causes a huge distraction and hopefully gets those guys out of the room. We grab our buddy Floon and make the heck of a dodge.
Is there another exit to the room?
I think we're going to have to come back this way.
Okay.
I'm for it. Let's do it. What do you say?
I mean, I feel like it's death if we don't pull it off, but let's do the things.
How much weight can your unseen servant carry?
He's got a strength of 10.
All right, well, that's not much better than mine. All right.
Significantly better than mine.
Well, hopefully Floon can still run. He might not be able to, though. Well, we'll see how this goes.
All right, so what's the game plan?
All right, so I'm going to creep the door open very quietly.
Give me a stealth check, but it's made with advantage because they're both very distracted.
All of us or just you?
Who's ever creeping the door?
Oh, okay.
That is a 20 plus a 6, so 26.
Woo! It doesn't even, you actually notice that as Waywalk begins to open, the door starts to creak just a little bit, pulls out a little bit of oil, and like, quink, 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 and it just opens smoothly, as much or as little as you want.
Just enough for like us to squeeze out.
Yeah. And you see it is full on panic between, okay, if you're all going to go in the room, I will need stealth checks from everybody.
Are they distracted enough that it gets advantage or no?
Because you're in the same room, no, it'll just be a regular.
Okay, fair enough.
21?
21.
Oh, that's so
Boom.
good.
6.
That's a 7 from it's a 1 plus a 7.
So I'll say Amalika makes it right on by past them. And then you see right as Yozev and Waywalk are trying to sneak by, the Duragar kind of turns around, leans his back into keeping the door shut, and then sees both Waywalk and Yozev like, hello, what are you doing here?
My friends, we're here to help with your goo problem.
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm rolling. 10.
Insight. I'll make a disadvantage because you know about the goo. Yeah, he's like, well, get to pushing the door closed and this thing's making its way through.
I'll leave that to my chief janitorial assistant. And then I kind of look at Waywalk.
Yeah, you got it, boss.
Thank you, chief janitorial assistant. You gentlemen, if you don't mind waiting in the back chamber.
But the ooze is going to come. It's already got like a couple of people who went to the loo before.
We have the ooze under control, and our principal concern is your safety.
I'm going to say another persuasion check, but disadvantage because they're so freaked out by the ooze.
That is a 11.
Oh, you gotta roll twice, actually.
Oh,
Disadvantage with the lowest one because they are freaked out.
no, it's still an 11.
Still an 11. Like, no, you don't understand. If we leave this door, the ooze is going to come and consume us all.
All right, I'm pushing.
All right, everyone give me a strength check. Who's pushing? Malika, you're down the hallway.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not here, am I?
No, you're doing something else now.
I'm going to reach out with my magic hand and push with that. Ooh, nothing.
It's a 7.
7? Oh, not the strongest bunch. As you actually see from underneath the door, this kind of little gray tendril coming out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 people. That's going to be on the Dirigar. That's a natural 20.
Ooh.
I just sitting in the corner being like, what's happening?
You're in the hallway. You can keep going.
1 second, I got to check. He may have just been oozed by...
Oh, no.
This is what you get for losing your cards and not making enough. Dirigar. Oh, he's fine. He's down to half hit points, though, as he takes 16 points of acid as the gray ooze. And you see him just grab his leg as you see like the clothes and the boot and the skin and the muscle just begin to like slosh off. He's like, he drops to the ground like, oh, it's coming out. It's coming out. Oh my God. Oh.
Wait here 1 sec. And I'm going to go back to the beds. I'm going to try to pull one of the mattresses and like shove it under the door.
Give me a strength check or a strength athletics check.
That's not my bag. It's a 7.
You see Way walking by going, come on. That bed is not budging. You see the rat looking like, what are you doing?
It's plan B.
Plan B involves a cot? A dirty cot?
It's just the mattress part of it.
Just the mattress part. Oh, that's a dumb plan.
Yeah, I'm working with what I got here.
Malika, what did you see Waywalker go running into the back room?
Okay, so, and like, I've already, like...
So you've passed. Like, you can go
you
forward
can
and
keep walking if you want.
But aren't those...
Also, that room has bright light because the Duragar has a torch lit in the wall.
But ahead of me is the scary thing
with tentacles.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Okay. Well, I suppose I can come back and help you guys because I don't want to go tackle those things on my own. Can I follow Waywalk and try to help with the mattress?
Absolutely.
Cool. So I'm going to head back to the sleeping quarters and join up with Waywalk and try and pull this mattress over to the bathroom.
So on your next attempt, Waywalk, you'll have advantage to snag the mattress.
All right, let's do this.
Am I rolling too?
Actually, why don't you roll it? Because why not? You roll it. So roll both d20s.
Oh, okay.
Take your highest.
You've been rolling higher than me.
The international sound of rolling low.
Yeah, not great.
The raspberry.
It's a 5.
You see the rat clearly sitting on the bed eating dry rations. Like, man, you guys are not good at this.
I need to lift weights.
Do you need me to get off the bed? I don't think that's going to help, though.
Yeah, if your weight would make all the difference.
Because I weigh like 2 ounces at most.
I know. It's one of those perception things.
Maybe he can carry it at this point.
Yeah, you mind helping us out here, Ratty?
You got more rations?
Yeah.
Yozev, what are you doing inside the room as you see more ooze trying to come out from underneath the door? As it looks like full-on panic as the dwarf is now on the ground grabbing his shin.
What happened to the other guy?
He's still pushing on, like he's freaking out.
I'm going to turn to my... Are we in combat?
Nope, not really, no. Not yet, at least.
Views is also bad news for us.
No, my friends, I feel these ooze is but a distraction. Like, we should do what we came here for. I'm going to... I'm going to send the unseen servant down the hallway and
Okay.
see if he can sort of create a distraction to lure the two, to get rid of the two people in the room.
Oh, we can have them come here.
Yeah.
And have people. Okay.
Reverse.
It's still going to give advantage, but you won't be at half speed to move it back. So whoever wants to give the roll for moving the bed. So you now have a rat, an unseen ghost servant, and a dark elf and a gnome.
And me, I can help
and
move
you.
the bed.
Oh, I thought you were sending the unseen servant towards...
Yeah, I'm sending the unseen servant
towards Floon.
Towards Floon to sort of cause a panic over there. See if we can get those guys back up the hallway.
Okay.
And actually, I will not help move the bed. I'm going to post up and sort of guard the hallway so that I can see what's coming down.
All right. So as your unseen servant goes into it's kind of like this grand hall, he says, well, what do you want me to do, master? It seems they seem to be plotting out what to do with this beautiful, handsome individual in the middle of the room.
Call them over. Tell them to come into the next room.
Into which room? This one?
Yes.
It's like, very, very well. It's like, oh wait, no, because he only talks mentally with you.
Oh, he can only see if he can pull on their robes and stuff.
All right. He's like, very, very well. And he's like, this orc is in robes, so I guess I'll tug on that. He's like, oh, he seems to be confused. He seems to be putting his hands together. They are lighting up, and then you have no more communication with the unseen servant.
Hilton, I killed him again.
Meanwhile, oh my god, finally. That's 19 to pull this stupid bed.
You pull the bed
Suddenly.
into this room that's attached to the lavatory. The Durgar is on the ground, clutching his shin. The human is still trying to hold him. He's like, yeah. Now put it at the bottom.
Yeah. And I slide it towards the bottom with the help of a Malika.
You see, you'll do one more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On a 1, that's waywalk it. That is a 13 versus AC.
I see the slime is reaching out, and I jump over its little tendril.
You do a little front flip over the tendril as you just slam the bed in and push the tendril of gray ooze back inside the lavatory. As you see the human go, like kind of that turns around, leans back against the door, and just kind of exhales heavily. He's like, oh my gosh, that was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, oozes are no good.
Especially when they come out of the shit and go after you, man.
Yeah, it's the worst ever.
There was a little goblin in there, and he was taking a crap, and then all of a sudden covered in ooze, and he's not there anymore. Even his poop was gone.
I can think of no greater tragedy.
But he said, thank you very much, though. This is, why is there a dark elf down here? You usually don't see your calling down in one of our layers.
These guys called me down. I happened to be waiting for them, and I heard them, need some help with this,
Which
and I came
leads
running down the hallway.
This leads to another question. What are you doing down here? How did you fall in this place?
Well, we're here to clean up the ooze, which we've done, and the second part of our mission is to take Mr. Floon to a second location.
Give me a deception check.
17.
17. It's but we just got here. But I mean, I'll guess if you got orders, I guess news travels fast. I mean, he is an important individual.
Yeah, they say we have to move him every 30 minutes.
Wait a minute. You said his name was Floon. We were supposed to be Raynor Neverember.
Oh, that's his code name, Floon.
You also give me a deception check.
Yeah.
Every new lie.
Oh no. That's a 5.
Roll some insight. Well, he has a -1 to his wisdom, and he rolled a 3.
Sweet.
So, dice are going in your favor today. He's like, oh, you seem kind of that not very bright guy rolls eyes, almost like his eyes are trying to read the index on his brain, going, oh, okay, yeah, well, that makes sense. So you have code names for important people. All right, so this Floon or codename Floon, yeah, he's in the next room with one of the lieutenants. They're giving him the once over to get all the information out of him. But if we got to move him, we got to move him now. I mean, he just got you, but we can move him.
Do we think you could get him for us and just, bring him here?
He's like, well, I mean, like you're the ones who have the orders, so they're not going to listen to me. You hear the door, my leg, the acid, it burns, I think I can see bone.
You should get that checked out.
Yeah, maybe you should help him out, and we'll go get codename Floon.
It's like, give me a persuasion with advantage.
Sweet. Oh man, that is 25.
It's like, you know what? He's like, yeah, we gotta help him out.
And leave your wallet.
and your PIN number is. You see him begin to help out the door guys. Like, yeah, this is serious, man. Like, at least the ooze will finish up on whatever's left of the goblin in there, and it'll go back in. But we got to find a new place to take a dump, man.
Yeah, you can't go in there for at least 24 hours.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, just go in there. I'm pretty sure, like you've got your orders. Just ask him to hand him over, like flash the password or whatever signals you may have, and we should be good to go. And thanks again for the help on the ooze. That could have been catastrophic.
You're very welcome.
As you see, he puts the shoulder of the Durgar over, or the arm of the Durgar over his shoulder, and they both limp towards the exit of the lair.
Well, you were marvelously persuasive, but I don't think the Mind Flayer will be as gullible as these two.
Yeah, although that was a very good plan. Well done there.
I don't feel like the password thing is going to be excellent for us down there, though. Do we have a plan for dealing with that?
Or at least a disguise?
Not until 3rd level. Then I'll be so disguisey.
Can I make... So I can make a hand-sized illusionary image?
Mm-hmm.
Can I make something that's like fake paperwork?
Yeah, like a seal, something with
Or
a seal
like-
on it or something.
Yeah, like some sort of... Yeah, like card or something that would show them an official...
You can. There are some limitations to it. So it would look exactly like you want it to look like, but it wouldn't... As soon as someone touched it, he's using the minor illusion cantrip, correct?
The prestidigitation?
No, it's prestidigitation, yeah.
Or like maybe like some sort of badge or something, because it says a non-magical trinket.
Oh, it's we can also make symbols.
Yeah, you can easily make a symbol. A badge would be a bit more intricate, needing something more of like an illusion, like a minor illusion type of thing.
Because it says, create non-magical trinket or hand-sized
trinket
image.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think I like the idea of distracting them out. So I think we should do is try to get in closer to see, not too close so that we're still far away, and see if we can maybe distract them, get them further away. I can maybe create some kind of distraction with an illusion as well. And worst comes to worst, we
Die.
set it on fire.
And die.
Hopefully not that part, but maybe some kind of
When my unseen when we cased the joint earlier, was there like an alternate exit we could go through?
Of the Grand Hall?
Yeah.
He said he saw 2 doors and a hallway off to the east.
But he mentioned there was like also some places to hide, like there was some boxes,
some
and
curtains,
some curtains to hide under.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get a little closer, and then maybe there'll be a rat flood if we have to have that happen.
Why don't we try to release the goo?
Would we be able to do that without killing Floon?
Or ourselves.
That also. I mean, did they say he wanted to be returned alive? I'm assuming alive. He wants him alive.
You also remember that when the human was talking about the goblin, that oozes don't usually leave corpses. They get dissolved in acid.
It's a real permanent solution. I think
maybe a last resort.
It might be a last resort is to, if they chase us, to move this mattress and then continue running.
All right, Rocket. We'll follow your unlikely lead.
All right, so let's again stealth slow and hide behind these curtains.
Low and slow.
So I'll give you. Let's take a quick break as I'll drop the map of what's known as the boss's lair. So we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll have this interaction between an illithid, Floon, and this group of trepid adventurers.
Boop-a-doop.
All right. So way you walk it, popping your head down this hallway, you get a better view of what you see. So you can see a very handsome man bloodied up on the ground, clutching his face, with a half-orc in robes standing above him, and an illithid with a small little brain with legs sitting on his shoulder. And you can hear the orc is pleading with the mind flayers, saying, "Please, I'm working my way up the ranks. I'd love to see the interrogation skills of a master like yourself to pull this information out. I learned so much." And you see the illithid. It's kind of like that, almost like cicada high chirp as you see its tendrils and its tentacles just below its mouth kind of flurl and fidget a little bit as it seems to be debating. You notice that he leans over, or he reaches over and slightly pats the tiny brain with the legs just sitting on his shoulder, almost like it's a pet bird or a cat. It's like, I would give anything, almost anything to, well, not my brain. I'd keep that, but I would love to see you just pull information out of this individual. I'd learn so much.
All right. So I hustle back, like, all right. So they're about to start interrogating Floon here. I'm going to try to create a noise distraction to see if we can pull out anybody else.
Why don't we grab the brain?
Well, I'm thinking if things go south, I'm just going to shoot that brain.
I think we can grab it. We can take it as a hostage.
Roll me a nature check for everyone who's seen the brain or had described to them.
7.
Did I have it described? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like 3
I was like,
It's like a little hit on his shoulder. It's a 9 from Waywalk It.
Only a 7 for me.
8.
Yeah, it's, as far as you know, it seems like an aberration type of creature. Definitely not normal. Brains aren't supposed to have 4 legs and perched on the shoulder of a mind flayer, but
Maybe, yeah.
He seems to value it. Maybe he values it more than Floon.
How are we gonna get it?
With our hands.
Could you use like your mage hand?
Yeah, I meant my floating. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to sound cool, friends, but I did mean my floating hand.
yeah, Yozev, you'd actually know that mage hand only works on because the gazer was tiny, and this is actually like a small creature type of deal. It's not like the illithid is quite larger than normal. You'd need something strong like a telekinesis or something like that to grab onto it.
Well, how big is the brain?
It is. Oh wait, no, my apologies. The brain is also tiny. So yes, in theory you could.
Well, the only thing is that your hand will be visible.
Yeah.
So we'd have to rely heavily on the fact that he potentially would use this as, like, he would negotiate with us.
What's the range on your mage hand?
It's 30 feet, maybe 60.
30 feet.
Yeah.
Rats. Okay, it's a little far away for a mage hand, and if I even make an illusionary curtain in front of us, let's see if I can get us down to at least just the illithid and its brain. So I'm going to peek over to the side. I'm going to pick this square right here.
Mm-hmm.
I grab my little piece of fleece, and this time I draw kind of like a speaker megaphone, whirling my hand around to create sound waves. And I want to replicate the voice of that half-orc that we just saw. That like, oi!
Half-orc or the human?
The guy who was helping with the yeah. The thing is like, and I go, oh, another ooze! Oh, could use some help down here, and trying to make it sound like the voice is coming from down the hall. It's further away from us.
I'll say, give me a deception check, but you get advantage because of the illusion assisting you out.
All right. Oh, it's a 20.
Nice, nat 20.
It's a nat 20 plus my deception, which is +4, so 24.
Awesome. All right, you see the illithid kind of irks up and you see it's holding a staff with a crystal eyeball on it, or a crystal that's been carved in the shape of an eyeball. As you see, like in that high pitched cicada sound, and you see the half-orc like, right, I'll go check it out. As he goes walking up to the hallway, he's like, I don't see anything down here. I don't see an ooze. I don't see Krentz. It sounded like Krentz, but I don't see him in there.
I'll cast it again. It's like, come further down.
He like walks in. He's like, it's not a very big room, Krantz. We're I think we're being deceived. I mean, it's just a small little empty room in here.
There's no way we can like block off that wall and like kind of trap him in there, right?
Nah.
You could take the bed in front of the door, but then potentially
No,
the ooze gets in.
that's
Yeah,
kind
I
of too
don't
far
want
away.
You see the illithid begin to walk down. Also, his interest piqued by...
So he's down a little closer.
Yeah. Put him about halfway up. Yeah, right about there.
There. Oh, rats.
I think someone's messing with us.
All right, I'm going to, sorry, everybody. I'm going to peek. So I'm going to peek out. I'm assuming we're considered hidden from them.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a shot with advantage at the little brain.
At the little brain. Okay.
This is a yikes. I'm hoping that he just dies without his little brain. That is a 14 plus 6, so it's a 20 not natural.
That's a hit.
Come on, max damage. It's a 7 plus 4, so 11 damages.
11 damages. You see the arrow sink into the side, but you notice like the brain just kind of pushes it out, look like it's resisting the wounds.
Ah, shit.
A little bit. So you said it was 7 damages?
It was 11 damages
11
in total.
damages.
So 7 plus 4, so 11 damages in total.
Gotcha.
So that's 5 damage, probably.
We're going to roll initiative after that.
Rats. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you hear a high-pitched screech come from the illithid.
Am I blind? Where's initiative? Oh, 3. So, 11?
11 for Amalika.
12 for me.
12 for Yozev.
Also 12 for Waywalk, but my dex is higher.
Okay, so Waywalk will go first. The illithid got that. And Grumash.
Ooh, sorry. I thought I would kill it.
Are there other things in the room?
That's pretty much
what
it.
we see is what we get.
And Floon got that. Oh, he had to roll with disadvantage, though.
Severe disadvantage.
Floon got that. All right. The illithid is going to go first, and you hear this high-pitched shriek. Everyone, but you don't hear it. You don't hear it through your ears. You feel it in your brains as it feels like almost like a panic or a concern. As Waywalk, as you popped your head around to shoot at the illithid, you see like this perfect blue sphere covering the illithid. As you see it turn, wave its arms, and the 2 doors flip open. And it goes through the doors, and the doors close behind it. Ka-chong!
Like back up that way?
And towards those 2 doors, so off towards you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, he runs away. All right.
And you see the doors ka-chong! Close. And that is his turn. It is Grumash, and he is going to run out of the room. It's going to take place in the hall. He's like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? And he's going to hold an action, which you will find out if anyone triggers it. Waywalk, you are next.
Am I hidden from him?
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm almost certainly gonna. All right, I'm gonna peek over and shoot him.
All right, so you have to move into the space.
Oh, do I have to actually move? Or
Yeah,
can I
because you can't shoot around
yeah,
corners
all right,
like
fair
that.
enough. All right.
And his action is as soon as he sees someone he doesn't know, he's launching a firebolt at you.
Yeah, fair enough.
As an interrupt, as you see a piece of a bolt of flame come firing out from his palm.
So it's kind of like a preloaded attack?
Yeah.
That is with his apprentice wizard. It's a plus 12 to hit.
Oh, is it 12 total?
Yeah.
I see it go, yikes, and duck down.
Duck down.
Misses me.
Everyone from the hallway sees Waywalk duck down as this fiery bolt, boom, slams into the back concrete. You may now continue your turn.
But I'm no longer hidden from him now.
You are no
then.
longer hidden.
Yeah, fair enough. Bloop. Bah, it's a 8 to hit.
Let me check. That is a miss, unfortunately, as he dodges out of the way of your bolt. All right.
And then
You got movement left.
I do still have movement left. I'm gonna go right up into his face.
Yeah.
1, 2. Oh, I don't have this dodge yet. I definitely want.
You can still go up in his face.
I'm gonna go up in his face. I'm all right.
You don't have to. You can if you want
I'm
to.
gonna go there because I want to get towards my buddy Floon.
All right, Yozev, it is your turn.
Oh, I also shot 2 arrows. Oh my god, I've used so many arrows today.
You did see a bolt of flame go koosh and ricochet off
And
the
then I've
back.
moved up. I'm like, ah!
the fearful gnomish war cry.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll get in the mix.
Yeah, if you just move like 2 behind me and then Sacred Flame.
Yeah. I will do exactly that. I'll move 2 behind. I will throw out a hand, shooting a sacred flame at his face.
Dexterity save.
rolls
Roll your damage, please. That is a 14.
Is this the 8?
Yep.
Yeah. What's your saving throw?
It's sorry. What was your roll?
14.
I believe that will tie your saving throw.
Yeah, so he'll make the save on it.
Oh, so I missed him?
Yeah, he dodges out of the way as you see holy flame from the sky come, or from the roof come erupting down as he dodges out of the way and it hits the concrete below him, or the stone floor below him. Kaboosh, Amalia. As you've seen, flame bolt, gnomish war cry, sacred flame.
I could really use some disadvantage on him.
Okay. Okay, so I've got to move up, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. You can move through your friends, you just can't occupy the same spot they're in.
So yeah, you can be like here.
I don't want to be there.
You can move back actually. So you can go 1, 2.
Yeah,
you can move up and move back.
Cool. So I'm going to try...
Oh, yeah, actually, you could have done that too if you wanted to duck behind it to Adam.
Sure. Makes sense, like being in the...
What you gonna do, Amalika?
So I'm gonna use I've got a whole crap ton of daggers, like actual daggers, or would the frostbite do more damage?
The frostbite would almost certainly do more.
It would do
Okay.
more damage, plus it has like a secondary effect.
Cool.
as well.
Okay, so let's do that then. That's my current
What's your...
go-to.
the chill touch is a touch spell, I'm assuming?
Skeletal hand that attempts to cling to a creature you can see within range.
What's the range on it? Oh, it's 150.
120.
What's the other effect on it?
On hit, hand grabs target, dealing D8 necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Remains there until the start of your next turn. During this time, the target is unable to regain hit points.
Oh, okay. I would then chill touch him, because he's not gonna. He's not hurt yet, right? So
Cool.
You never know.
Wait, is he undead? Wait, what is he?
He's a half orc.
yeah, he looks like.
Okay, because it says undead has a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try chill touch them.
All right. So is it a attack roll or a saving throw?
I think it's an attack roll.
D8. But wait,
I
what's
actually
that?
don't know.
Help me.
You actually didn't put that down on the sheet.
just
Sorry.
copied and pasted.
All right, where's
Where's
the-
there?
Play
I'm
handbook.
sorry.
No, it's all right.
Still learning.
I thought I got everything.
Oh, actually, can I take a look at your thing?
Yes.
This you make your action. Make a ranged spell attack. So yeah, roll the d20.
Oh, sorry, guys.
No, that's all right. It's part of the learning process.
Oh, no.
It's a 1.
Natural one. As you see this spectral hand go rushing up over your head, Waywalk, as you see the half orc look at you, go, "Whoa, no!" and ducks, and it sails right overhead.
And then you can
Here.
move back if you want.
Having, I
We're
certainly
kind of
do.
hugging the corridors.
Floon is going to roll around the ground. Oh, my face, my beautiful face. What did they do?
We're trying to save your face, Floon. Head towards us.
But how are your teeth?
You don't know yet. He's on the floor covering his face. The Illithid will do
us.
something you do not know about.
Oh, jeez.
Grumash will look down at you, Waywalk, and you see kind of this blood craze of the orcish side of his body take over. I'm going to need a dexterity save from you, please.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
DC 12.
Okay. Anyway, Oh, sweet. I rolled a 12 plus 6, so it's a 18.
18. So you're taking
Oh, no.
4, 6, 3 points of fire damage. You see burning hands come out and squish. It's a good thing you didn't have people within 15 feet of you, or else they would have had to do the dexterity. So everyone sees this wall of flame hit the back, almost like it's a full floor to ceiling. Whoosh, you feel the heat radiating off as you hear Way walking going, ah!
Ow!
Oh, good thing we're in this hallway.
I think he's maybe dead.
I'm not dead!
He's not dead.
Waywalk, it is your go.
Yeah, I really wish I was a swashbuckler right now. I'm not.
You can't be later on.
I could be later on, it's true, but what a waste of these stats. Floon is pretty. All right,
He certainly is.
All right, let's try this. Okay, I'm going to take the disengage action.
Okay.
Which means that if I move away from him, he can't hit me. So I can move through this corner here.
Yep.
All right, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and be
Next to Floon.
Next to Floon, and I'm going to try to well, I don't know if you allow this for a bonus, but try to help him to his feet.
You can help him to his feet, but that's pretty much all you can do with him.
Sure, no problem.
Face looks bruised and bloody, like recently beat up. His clothes look like they've been mangled and cut and ripped, but still a beautiful smile. Just the pearly whites, like ting.
Come on, Floon, we gotta get going.
Like, who are you? What's going on? Where's Raynar?
He's safe, and we saved him early, and now it's your turn.
All right, Yozev, it is your go.
Stepping forward.
You see Waywalk has helped Floon to his feet. You can put Floon on his feet, by the way, if you want.
Boop. Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, roll your D8 just in case. That is 10.
Yeah, that's a failure, so roll that. 2. Ooh, it's the first damage he's taken.
Boosh, as you see him distracted by, he's like, no, we need him. And then kaboosh, as radiant fire comes raining down on top of him. He takes 2 damage. Looks a little singed. His robes kind of smoke and smolder a little bit.
Back in the hallway.
Okay.
We found Floon.
Oh, that's
And his
great.
smile is everything we were promised.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
It is your turn next to Malika.
What are the chances we can just talk this out? It was a misunderstanding.
Oh, none at all.
All right. Well, we're gonna go back over here. Let's try chill touch again.
All right.
So let's hope that'll do more damage than the last couple of times. Oh, nope. Cool. 8
plus 5, so 13.
13 is a hit.
Cool.
And he used his last spell slot, so he can't use shield. So it's going to go all the way through. So roll your damage, please.
Just one, right?
D8, I believe.
Oh,
chill
D8.
touch, or were you using...
I
chill.
used chill touch. So D8.
Yeah, D8.
The diamond.
This
Yeah, that one right there.
I'm learning.
Fire's better.
7.
Sweet.
You see this necrotic hand, spectral hand go out and reach right into the chest of this half-orc wizard, and you see it begin to pull his soul out. Normally what would happen is if an orc is reduced to 0 hit points, he springs back up with 1. But because chill touch means you cannot regain hit points, you see the soul of Grumash get pulled out and just kind of dissipates like, no, as he slumps down dead to the ground. That's the first time I was like, oh yeah, I guess chill touch would prevent that hit point being regained.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Eat my farts.
That's sweet.
Your death farts.
Amazing work. Let's get the heck out of here. So I'd move back your full speed, basically. Well,
Combat's done now.
the combat's done? Yeah, okay. So moving, dashing, heading out the way we know. That there are no monsters that we know of anyway. Come on, Floon. Yeah, keep up. That was amazing, Malika.
He's like, oh, thank you. And his smile is radiant, like it is.
Lighting the way.
Oh my gosh, this was almost no reward would be better than this.
It's like eating a banana split sundae on a hot summer day. So you guys just want to book it back to the omnibus.
Yeah, I think we're all of the same mind there. Yeah.
I do not want to fight anymore.
All right, speed of plot. As you make your way back, you get a lot of, you Amalika takes off some of her layers and puts it over Floon, who's had most of his clothes and possessions stripped away.
I've got so many layers.
As you make it to the yawning portal, the smile's still there, but he looks beat up. He's got a couple of smaller wounds and knife stabs on him. But you see Floon sitting there at the yawning portal, and he's just, his eyes light up. He's like, oh my goodness. And he noticed that Raynar Neverember is sitting there with him as well. He's like, you've done it. I can't believe you found him. Oh, thank you so much. Where was he?
Well, we got some good news and bad news. Good news, obviously, Floon is mostly unharmed. Bad news, he was taken by the Xanathar's Guild, and they definitely know who we are, who you are, although he does think that you are, Floon is you, Raynar.
And Vola says, well, everyone knows who I am.
Yeah. I don't know if they want you specifically. We kept your name mostly out of it.
Still, any advertising is good advertising.
And I don't know if the Xanathars is the person that you really want to be advertising to most of the time. I'm just putting that out there.
Say, anyone can buy a book. And Raynar says, really, Vola, we need to get this under control a little bit. It's like, first of all, I'll take Floon back to his residence. But thank you so much for your help. You are truly heroes in Waterdeep, and even though the city is flush with adventurers, you truly are heroes for doing this.
Oh, shucks, that's pretty good.
And I was not wrong about that smile. Look at that thing.
It was radiant, to say the least.
You have a drawing of yourself we could keep.
You see, Vola, like, I've got a couple of sketches. I'll mail them out your way.
That's great.
You see Raynar again with arm over shoulder. He's like, and again, if you need anything, if you need anything at all, I'm here to help. You've truly earned a friend today.
Well, in addition to these compliments, we'll take the gold from Volo.
You all turn to Volo, and you see like that small little bead of sweat come down the sides. Like, yes, the gold. Well, you have 10 gold each, which is that's 30 gold. That's a lot of money. You can do a lot with 30 gold.
Yeah, but we could do even more with the 300 gold we were promised.
More than 3 times more.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well,
5 more layers.
It's unfortunate that, royalty sale checks have been being spent as fast as they've been coming in for Volo's Guide to Monsters. Would you like a copy, by the way? It would be, we could knock it off the 300 gold, and, each book is probably personally autographed, would probably be about 75 gold pieces each. And if you wish that, we could totally do that. But it seems that my adventures in Chult have not been as profitable as I didn't really come out of there with a book.
What kind of heirlooms do you have lying around?
Says, well, I do have something. I've won something in a bet that you may find useful. Mm-hmm. And he pulls out a scroll. It's got a leather case on it. He unfurls it. And he's like, how would you like your very own tavern in Troll Skull Alley? And we're going to call it there for the night, as you've now finished the first part of your adventure and made it to level 2 for next week.
Didn't die.
And you now have residence inside a building inside Waterdeep, which you can explore next week.
Not a hobo.
And that is it. Thank you so much for playing. We will see you next week.
Woo, the gang opens a bar.